Good morning, traders. Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Damn, my hair looks crazy. It's growing back out. Anyway, welcome to the show, guys. Happy Wednesday, November 19th. Damn, halfway through the month already. We're cruising, man. Cruising. As always, before we hop onto these charts, man, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. If you trade, you're a psychopath. You're probably going to lose all of your money. It's a silly thing to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Always do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Boom. Let's check out what happened on these charts, man. Let's check what we got going on these charts. We got some movement, chat. We got some movement down here, headed to the downside down around these lows. We'll talk about a trade that I essentially round-tripped yesterday, holding on for that larger winner. Didn't pay me yesterday, but I followed my process, followed my approach. Made some much-needed improvements that I'm starting to implement. Maybe not much needed because we're still cooking in this live account, man. But we'll talk about yesterday's trade. We'll talk about the markets in general. This is a Top 1 Futures live account of 15K, technically a pre-live account. They kick you to a pre-live account before a live account because nobody could actually trade, and they all just blow their live accounts immediately. We are here on the Project X platform, which maybe you live under a rock, is going by the wayside. Project X and Top Step has said, you're done to everybody. So we'll probably all be on Tradeovate by January, February of this coming year. We can talk about that again in case you missed the last couple days where we've been talking about it. But yeah, we'll get some analysis in 9:19 a.m. Eastern on this beautiful Wednesday. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you hopping on. Andrew, JB, good morning. Keen, Niels, what's up? Fast Money Formula, Robert, Hussein, Blue Water Cruiser, Tom Ward. Let's get it. Let's get it. Dr. FP, BT Art, Pam. What is going on, everybody? Those of you on Kick on X. What's happening? What is happening? Why do I have an ad playing somewhere? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Oh, we got a bunch of people hopping on X. What's up, guys? Y'all here to you here to watch some live trading, or you just want the giveaway? No, we also give away accounts. I've been getting asked a lot that. We also give away accounts on these live streams almost every day. Random days, random times, no purchase necessary, 100% free. Instant funded accounts, for the most part, we're giving away here. Just so you guys know about if we run one today, I'll talk about it real quick. I'm waiting for Tradeovate and Ninja Trader and TradingView to launch from Top 1 Futures, which we are psyched about, or at least I am. Should be coming. Maybe we see something tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really know. What do I know? I just got some test accounts that I've been working with the team on. I don't really know. Yeah, we'll see, guys. Supposed to be coming later this week. They've been testing. Obviously, they've been working them for months. They're just trying to make sure that everything is close to as 100% before it rolls out. I think you're going to see that from a lot of prop firms when they offboard Project X. They're going to be offering something else. Hopefully, it's the leader in the space. Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, TradingView, that group. If not, you'll be on Rhythmic or some other weird platform. Anyway, let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about this. So yesterday, we'll just kind of go over it real quick. Yeah, we got 10 minutes before the open. Yesterday, got long, man. Really beautiful support zone, right? I'm not a big one for drawing out these zones. You can go back on the live session. This was drawn live with you guys, right? No hindsight stuff on my streams. This was drawn live with you guys as a zone if we came down off of the open where I thought we might find some buyers. Really just coming off of price action, market structure, and volume, right? Like if you go, why did you draw that zone there? It's discretionary, right? This is something that's not objective. It's not a prior day high or a low. It's not a pre-market high or a low where it's the exact same on your chart as it is on my chart. This is discretionary, right? It's wherever I feel like drawing the zone based on my experience and, and discretion. But it's pretty obvious, right? Coming off of some tops and bottoms here near this area, right down into a round psychological number, right? The 46,000 evens and a high volume node, right? You could probably get this level 1,000 different ways. You don't have to be a genius to mark this, but it played out pretty nicely, right? We did find buyers. We popped. We didn't really continue. We didn't catch the area that I wanted to, which was into the 600s I was talking about, the high 600s. Ended up getting taken out by market closure for like 100 something bucks, something like that. Unfortunately, it did show me 325, 330 points in profit. But like I talked about, I'm one for holding my trades, and my data shows me to hold my trades. Almost every trade that I end up closing continues to move in my direction. Yesterday would not have been one of those, obviously. But I'm happy to employ the process that I know that's going to generate more profits over a larger sample size. So it was a long end here on this first push to the downside, which actually was into like the 10:45, 11 a.m. time frame when we started to find some buyers out here. Didn't go stop loss to break even because that would have taken me out. I'm happy to not do stop loss to break even on this one. Didn't clip it up here. Once we got above VWAP and consolidated and we started to push to the upside, like the trade's working, right? There's really nothing telling me to, to get out or do anything too crazy, right? Just hold on and, aim for that TP. As we came into the end of the session, I did call it out in Discord. I went stop loss to break even and set a fixed take profit. It was somewhere up here. I don't remember where the exact take profit was. It was somewhere up here, looking for a continuation, another 100 points or something like that. We didn't get that. We drifted lower, closed out down here, kicked me out at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Not the end of the world. That was yesterday's trade. So now we are into today. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this zone. We know where this was. We know where this is, right? It's right around prior day low. I don't need a zone overlapping prior day low and pre-market low. It's pretty obvious, right? If you guys want to leave that on there, you can. It's from the 46,068 to, let's say, the 965s, right? Just for ease of use. To the upside, I don't mind this area, right? I don't mind this little potential resistance area. I might just leave that on there because I think that's an area that's prior day high. I'm not going to leave that on there either. Obvious, right? We got a level right here, right? Like, I don't need to overlay these two levels, right? Or this level here. So I'm going to get rid of that. Going to get rid of that as well. Let's zoom out. Just take a quick look. Higher time frame. Let's actually go to the daily. Higher time frame price action has been overall and maintains really strong bullish structure, right? On the daily, on the really high time frames. On this daily chart, we got some consecutive bearish bars, right? We got some weakness showing, right? This is looking weak, right? Coming off of last week, pushing down, prior bar highs not being broken, right? Prior bar lows being broken, continuing to the downside. Where might we find some buyers? Right here, man. Right in here. We start to get below this little volume shelf right here, right? We start to get below this price action and market structure where we're sitting right now, where I had that nice little zone drawn. Where do I think we're headed next? Right down here, right? Price action, market structure, volume. It should be pretty obvious, guys. Maybe you're completely new. Price action, market structure, volume tools. It's what I'm using to, identify key areas of interest on the chart where price might return to and from quickly. And then when it gets there, see some kind of reaction, either holding as support or resistance or breaking through, right? But give me a way to structure risk, right? And trade in between to and from these levels. Honestly, out of the gate on this one, man, one or two options today. I think we could see some chop, right? We got some news coming up later today. We could definitely see some chop. We'll talk about that in context. Initially, though, before we even jump into news, just to kind of get through this, I'm looking long on this, man. This is opening up pretty balanced, right? We've retested prior day volume point of control. We're sitting right at VWAP, right? We are low overall, kind of bouncing between value area low and volume point of control, but we're not opening up like yesterday, like way below prior day's low, right? We're not opening up down here. We're not opening up way up here with a big bullish open where we've already put, 500 points to the upside in pre-market and Asia, London. Pretty balanced. Overall, I could see a correction today, man. If we're not just going to absolutely dump off the open, I could absolutely see a pop to the upside. This is one of those days where, like, I'd love to be in long quickly, and I'm going to look for that. Why? I think if we're going to continue to the downside, we're very, very likely to see a pop to the upside first, right? We often just don't open up and move in one direction all day. And if we're going to pop to the upside and then move lower, I need to execute pretty quickly on this. So articulating the game plan for today, I would much rather be long than short, especially off the open. If I'm going to get short, it's more likely going to be off of a, some kind of crack to the upside, to that TP area that I wanted from yesterday, and then a continuation lower, right? We could absolutely crack lower off the open, and I'd look to fade that. I'd look to jump in long on that. So that's the game plan overall. Let's talk about news real quick. We got Bookmap loaded up on the side here. Just want to make sure ES is looking good. YM's looking good. Cool. We'll leave ES over here on the side for those of you that want to see what other markets are doing. Yeah, long down below prior day low. Pre-market low is too tight, but I'm going to look aggressively long. We get down below that area, right back into that zone that I had drawn from yesterday. Again, guys, I'm zooming like way out on this just so we can kind of frame this. Here's what the trade's going to look like if we come lower. Something along these lines here. Yeah, I don't know that I would need more than like 250 points. If I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong, and I think we're coming down here. If I'm right, I think we pop to the upside. But that's what I'm going to look at. Something along those lines. We crack higher, I'm going to fade it. I really would like to be in long, though, if we're going to crack higher. But this is one of those days I'd like to be in from pre-market, honestly. If this took prior day's low already, I would consider running it right into the open long. This would have been a nice entry right in here. A little sweep down below the close. Down below this price action to close out yesterday. But let's see. Coming into the open. Let's talk news real quick, guys. Let's talk news. And I know we got questions, but I want to get through this because I feel a setup coming. As like I said, guys, there's plenty of days, and you guys watch it. There's plenty of days where it's like, I sit down at the chart and I'm like, nothing close. The move's already happened. There's no way to structure risk. I don't have any strong indication of anything happening. We've already moved so much. Not today. Today I could see one coming. We cracked to the downside. I'm going to jump in really aggressively, either realize that loss or potentially get in for the bullish movement. If we take off right off the open here, we just blast off. I'm obviously not in it, right? I would need something. I would need something in pre-market to realize that. So yeah, again, guys, looks like we're gonna do it. Looks like we're gonna sell off right into the open. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking below prior day's low. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say anywhere right below that is valid for me. It's a classic sweep of prior day low on a pretty balanced open for a reversion to the upside. Overall, counter to this down day, right? But I could see us either chopping or definitely getting some kind of correction today. I don't even know that we come down here. I really don't. I got a feeling that we pop, but let's see. Could be completely wrong. Could obviously, right? We could go in one direction off the open. We could just sell off, 400 points from right here and generate an L for me immediately. You got to be ready for that if you're going to trade aggressively off the open. Now, just talk about news real quick, guys, because we do have some stuff coming up, and we do have NFP tomorrow. So we are in one of those deals where we have news later in the day, big news tomorrow morning, right? A big data release, and then more news, the following day. So this could be a consolidating, choppy, that kind of anticipating the news to drop day, right? That's the context that I'm bringing into today. Could absolutely see chop before FOMC meeting minutes. This is at 2 p.m. We got Trump yapping at 12:15. Speaking on the U.S. Saudi investment forum, right? Obviously, financial Forex Factory, not financial juice. Forex Factory has it listed, so there's definitely that should be like nuclear red. Anything with him this year has been insane. Just checking the market real quick. But tomorrow, right? This is the context that I'm bringing. Tomorrow we got NFP, right? Non-farm payrolls, non-farm employment change. This is one of the largest financial news events, right? The data release outside of FOMC, right? FOMC itself, right? The Fed rate. So that tomorrow morning could generate that kind of consolidating choppy day. Also, Trump speaking at 12, market could be like, you know what? Hands off. 2 p.m. FOMC meeting minutes. We don't want to get involved. We know it's going to be low volume, low volatility. Does that always have to happen? No. We could break and run to one direction. Market does whatever it wants to do all the time. Friday, we do have some more news, 9:45 a.m. I am not trading this Friday. I got some days off coming up. No trade, no live session for me Friday, Monday, Tuesday. I shouldn't say I'm not trading Friday, Monday, Tuesday, but no live session for me Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Coming into Thanksgiving week. So this is what we got to watch. Clear until 12:15. Right around 12 o'clock, I start to get cautious. 2 p.m., it's not, it's not the FOMC rate, right? It's the meeting minutes, but that could be super dicey. And then obviously if you're trading into tomorrow, if you're running trades overnight, you're trading pre-market into the open, you definitely want to be aware that we got NFP. Unemployment still tentative. Oh, don't need to do that. Still showing as tentative. There was some news on that, but again, I'm not the fundamental trader. I really don't care too much other than what does this actually look like for us? When are these data releases coming out? When do we want to be cautious? So we got a little bit of a crack lower and then a move right back to VWAP. I'm coming in with a strong bullish bias today, guys. I have to acknowledge this, and I have to wait. I have to keep myself patient. No sweep of pre-market low and no sweep of prior day low being right here. I can't take it. It's not valid. It's just a buy off the open because I'm bullish. I can't do that, but I think the move today is going to be a bullish bar. I think we're really likely to come down and sweep this low. I mean, that would be like beautiful on the daily, right? To catch a sweep of prior day low before we come up and fill this higher, come back up to this area of high volume. The more aggressive play is just long, is long right now. But it's not my entry. I have to have some criteria to apply consistency. Otherwise, I'm just insanely discretionary, and it's very hard to grasp onto what's working and what's not working. But I got that strong gut feeling today that we fake everybody out to the downside and then we pop. And if we don't do that, we chop, and we just back and forth chop. And in that case, I'm still happy trading from the extreme, right? Because if we chop, where do I think the low end of that range could potentially be? Right down here. If we chop and we moved all the way down, we didn't chop, we sold off. So for all of those reasons, I'd love to be in long, but I'm not going to force anything too early. So back to the chat. Do you make anything of high? Let's see. Let's go. Pam, that's a good question, but let me see what's up. I missed Project X. I'll miss Project X. Yeah, me too. What's up, Freeze X? Pam, do you make anything of high topping tails, like where it topped out on yesterday's trade? I'm not as heavy on price action. Yes, I read price action. I read candlesticks, right? But I'm not nearly as nuanced, and I don't weight them nearly as much as other traders do. I like to use a more zoomed out picture of market structure and price in general around specific areas of high volume, if that makes sense. Like some traders are going to be hyper focused on a specific candlestick, and they go, once we get the bullish engulfing doji that's 1.5 times every other candle, I'm long, right? Like something like that, which is fine, totally cool to do. I don't trade that way. I pay attention to how candlesticks are forming. I pay attention to what price is doing, but much less on price action itself, like the candlestick formations themselves, and much more on when price is arriving at levels and what it's doing, when it gets there. If that makes sense. Good morning, Champ FXEU. Tommy, what's up? Will you always wait 15 minutes after the open to enter? No. Like today, ready to enter. In the past, I've run a lot of these YM trades pre-market into the open. I find in general, the first 5 to 15 minutes of the open are a death sentence for traders. Not everybody, but it traditionally is fast moving. It's an immediate change in volatility. This is not opinion, right? It's an immediate change in volatility and volume at the open, obviously. And that can be difficult to structure risk on. That can be difficult to trade. We often get very fast movement. And in my humble opinion, the faster the price movement, like trading an FOMC, trading an NFP, right? The more difficult it is to structure risk because there's the uncertainty of how much that volatility is going to change, right? How big that opening candle is going to be. You know, it's not that it's any more or less consistent or more or less probable conditions or all the way that people speak about it. It's just faster, right? More risk, more reward. So, but for the most part, I think majority of traders will find, not all, but majority of traders will find they have a lower win rate in the first couple minutes of the open for some of those reasons. So I'd say if you're a newer trader, there's really no reason, unless you are going to be a momentum trader, scalping, you know, or you have a level set to be trading the first 15 minutes of the open, especially like the first 5 to 10. On ES, I had a pretty hard rule not to do that. My data screamed at me that I just would get smoked off the open over and over and over again. Here on YM, I'm much higher time frame view, right? Looking for these larger trades. Talked about it a little bit yesterday in Discord. And it's more like, where is my area of interest on the chart? I just need that to be hit, and then I need to watch a little bit for a split second of a reaction, maybe sometimes, in those areas for that reversion trade. I don't care if it comes, honestly, in pre-market, even though I'm really not running these pre-market trades. I don't care if it comes in pre-market, at the open, after the open, you know, an hour after the open. Once we start to wear on, we typically form a trend, right? You know, we miss the reversion trade, and then we start to form maybe the movement of the day. So I'm less likely to take this crazy reversion trade and more likely to take what I would say a continuation trade. Not to label them, but that's the overall thought process. So for me, no. Specifically here on YM, no. Most traders, you know, like everybody jokes around. You let the gamblers lose their money first, let the algos just clean out liquidity, and, you know, and then jump in after the market actually starts to show its hand. So, but there's plenty of traders that trade the open super aggressively, stupid aggressively. They go for the opening drive, right? They trade in the direction immediately, really, really aggressively on low time frames. Plenty of people that do that with success. Less, I think, successfully than those that wait. Good morning, good morning. My level's going long, looking like about 3. What's up, Rhombus? What's going on? Gus, good morning. Good morning on Kick. Kobe Clark, what's up? Sloth Father, Jess, what's going on? Y'all on Kick. Welcome to the show. What's going on, X? Yeah, damn, we got a ton of people on X. You got like 75 of you guys on X, 72 of you guys on X. Damn. Welcome to the show. You guys missed me yesterday because Cloudflare was down and I couldn't stream on X. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Welcome to the show. We're here at 9:15 a.m. Eastern every damn day, showing what real trading looks like. Wins, losses, run-ups, blown accounts. Been pretty solid. Past my 10th. I took my 10th payout, I should say. Not past my 10th payout. Took my 10th payout on this Top 1 Futures live account since getting moved over. It's been pretty solid, man. Can't complain. Need to get this bad boy ready for another one. We take a W today. That's what's going to happen. Rhombus, I'll say I love Project X, but I hate Top Step. There, I said it. Flame on. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. What's up? That makes sense. Staying out of the first candle. Yeah. For the most part, guys, like, it's not going to be for the faint of heart. Not going to be for beginners, right? I don't draw a hard line. You could trade whatever time you want to trade. I see people make money all over the place, and so will you. I think there's things that are like a little bit more difficult to manage and a little bit easier to manage just by giving yourself more time. So that's my humble opinion. Sure, man. Whenever I come to London, you guys are chatting it up. Wolf with the payout, man. W's. We had, bro, the Discord. You guys are killing it in the Discord. Absolutely killing it. I got multiple people saying they took their first payout. Multiple people saying they got funded, their first funded account. Congrats, Wolf. Let me do a couple of congrats on here. If you guys are not in the Discord, feel free to hop in, man. It's pinned to the top of the chat. We had Wolf taking his first payout, man. Love to see that on a tough account too, on the 50K Ignite, man. Beautiful. Who else? We had Crazy Eyes. He might be somebody else in here. Crazy Eyes 2397 taking his first payout from Blue Sky Trading. First one ever. More to come. Hell yeah. Randy, obviously. Randy is just an absolute savage. He's the dude who's taken multiple 5-figure payouts from Apex and everywhere else. And making his way up on leaderboards for some of these crazy YOLO fests. I mean, trading competitions. Let's see what we got. There's somebody else in here that was killing it while we're watching this market kind of chop back around VWAP. Cliff, always sharing really detailed trade reports, trade recaps after the fact, really using the Discord as a journal. JB all day in here posting. Awesome. USVI Diver also posting in here all the time. Yeah, JB calling out trades. Brian, obviously. Brian getting a shout out from some of the other guys that are taking payouts. Yeah, man. We got some hitters in here, man, and we got new traders that are making progress. So I love to see it. It's so awesome to have over 2,000 members in a free Discord. It's awesome, really awesome. Oh, congrats on the money. Yeah, in Wi-Fi. Thanks, dude. A breath of fresh air from the BS on X. Yeah. X in general is a cesspool of just hate and negativity and just engagement farming. I prefer Instagram because it's actually faces and people talking. X is like, most of X is anonymous accounts, which is crazy anyway. But yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts on there, man. It's all green P&Ls. Everybody makes $10,000 a day. Nobody loses. You know, use the affiliate link. And I don't trade or can show you anything that I know about trading, but I talk and will critique everybody else about trading. It's just crazy. But there's some good people on there. There's some good stuff on there. Just got to kind of fine tune your algorithm. Gonna party with Zach first. Streams help me a lot. Then I'll visit y'all. Wolf. Omega, good morning. Blue Water Cruiser, you're raising winners here. Sharing is caring. I'm looking for buyers now. Yeah, I think this thing pops, man. I think we go. Listen, man, I hope that I can provide some value. I never look to overstate my skills or abilities or to tell you that I'm somebody that I'm not. I am a regular idiot, guys. I really, I'm not some amazing professional trader. I don't have it all figured out. I haven't been trading for decades as others have. I think I've got some juice. I think I've made some progress, right? I think I continue to make progress, and I'm happy to show you what that looks like for me, right? Wins, losses, good trading days, bad trading days, mistakes, run-ups, everything in between. There's plenty of people on X and everywhere else that call themselves #1 best trader in the world. They come up with all these crazy, they make up names for themselves. Insane. And maybe they are. I don't know. Who am I to say anybody is not whatever? But that's not who I am. I'm happy to show you what trading looks like for me at the level that I'm at, the skill set I'm at that I'm at. Free, 100% free here, right? I don't have to tell you anything about my trading because you could just watch it. I don't have to tell you whether I made or lost money or took a payout or didn't take a payout because you could watch it live for free, day in and day out, play out over and over and over again. I have hundreds of hours now logged live trading. It all stays up, man. Almost all stays up. Sometimes I get copyright strikes. Sometimes I accidentally dox myself or show something that I'm not intending to show. Like multiple times I've done that and have to take videos down. But yeah, man, that's what I'm happy to do here with you guys. And I think that's why I have so many people in the community. There's others out there that do this, but I think they're very few and far between. But I'm happy to show you what this looks like. I don't know another way to do it. There's really good runs like I'm on right now. There's really nice triumphs like I'm on right now. And then there's times like there was a portion last year that was super gnarly when I was trading the straight to funded sim accounts, the 150Ks, the $1.5 million in capital, whatever it was, copy trading all those. It's not that I like did anything horribly wrong. I just had a underperformance, right? And I essentially held on to them for months, which I'm happy to show good risk management, right? And ability to control emotions and tilt, but I didn't make any progress. It wasn't payouts and it was nothing. It was really just a slow bleed and then a bounce back and just break even. And then I do the postmortem on them, right? Let me show you guys the blown accounts that I was trading live with you guys. That's part of trading, at least for me, right now, where it's at for me. Ebbs and flows, right? There's periods where you don't have a lot going on, and then there's periods where it's been multiple payouts every single week for, I don't know how many weeks now. I'm going on like 5 or 6 weeks of multiple, not one, but more than one, right? And then there's months that have been, that you guys have seen, nothing, net negative. So I'm happy to show you that. It's awesome. I appreciate everybody that's being here. No course, no mentorship, no paid service, no special indicator. I yap about prop firms and software and tools that I use that I'm affiliated with, that I stand to make money from. I make very small amounts from ads and, back-end stuff that runs on these streams, right? Things like that. I'm happy to be transparent about that. I've turned a nice profit from all of that, and I think it's a really mutual beneficial relationship. You could hop on here every day, not subscribe, not use a code for anything, say this dude sucks and I just want to watch and do the opposite of what he does and maybe win a straight to funded account. And you could do that, and I'm happy to have you here, man. That's what I like about this, being the partner and doing it this way. So anyway, long yap session on me. Hope that helps. I don't know that we pulled back, chat. I think we go today. I think we are back at VWAP here. There's no trade setup for me. There's no long. I will not allow myself to take a long in here. This is not it. I just do not think this is a good way to structure risk. I think we could easily sweep prior day low. We could easily sweep this pre-market low, and trading right from VWAP towards prior day high, which is really what I would like to do. Here's the discretion that I had a short the other day that I mapped out that was just not a valid trade, not a good way to structure risk that played out. I'm this, if I had to take something, if you had a gun to my head and you said, Zach, you have to take a trade, I'm long, stop loss below prior day low, preferably even wider, with a target all the way up here above prior day high. We could absolutely do this, right? There's nothing wrong with this. You could run this like this and say, I think we're going to go from here, and if we come back down and we keep breaking lower, I don't think we're going to take off. But this was nothing. This was just a little dip lower, just a little dip lower. No sweep of prior pre-market lows, no sweep of prior day low here on YM. It's a dicey play, man. And like I said, the other reason here, right? Maybe we don't come all the way up here. Maybe we don't form a bullish day. If we start to chop, which I think could be very likely ahead of FOMC meeting minutes, Trump talking, right? NFP tomorrow. If we start to just do this crap, I would be out, right? I'd be out for a stop loss, more likely than not. And if I had just waited patiently to get in at the extreme where I would like, right? The extreme of this range, maybe I might survive chop, right? We can still get taken out, but I might survive chop and be able to generate a win. So to me, on a day like today, in the context of what we got going on for the fundamentals, even more important to wait. I will not feel bad if I watch this thing run, right? I will not be unhappy not taking this trade right here, right? I would be really unhappy, and I would have to journal, or at least just review the next session or whenever I do it. When I've got long here and this did this, I'd go, you knew exactly what you were doing. You FOMO'd in, you did not wait, and it was an early entry with a trash risk management. You had direction right, you knew exactly what you wanted to see, but you just didn't want to miss this, right? And you left the door open, right? So that's kind of some of the thought process behind my trading, and I think it should be for anybody's. You might trade however you trade, right? Crossover, EMAs, Bollinger Bands, RSI, ICT, crazy concepts, Fibonacci retracements, whatever, right? There's probably going to be something in your system that tells you when you should be getting in. If you do anything before when you should be getting in, along with your discretion, you're doing something wrong, right? And even if you use your discretion the way that I do, quite a bit, I'm very discretionary in my trading, there's still something around it. I don't just come every day here and trade something completely differently and do something crazy differently. The chart's the same. The trades are very, very similar, right? You need that consistency over a large sample size. The market's very random on the short term. There still should be some qualifications for what is valid for you and what's not valid for you. If you can't define your trade setup very, very simply and stare at a chart and within, I think, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of looking at a chart and say there's a setup coming here or there's no setup coming and here's where it is and here's where it isn't, then you have to go back and clarify. So I just like to also talk about, right, where I'm reading the market, what I anticipate happening next, what I could see happening. I think we go today, but I think we just don't provide a good setup for me. I think we got a good chance of popping today. C, looking for buys now. Ramos, thanks, man. Zach, you shouldn't self-depreciate. Like Bruce Lee said, your mind and body won't understand that you are only joking. For sure. Yeah, so to be clear about that, right? I like to articulate these things to you guys, right? Rhombus brings up a good point, because I say, I'm an idiot, right? I'm a regular idiot, right? I think it's really important to articulate these things, to differentiate myself from everybody else that claims that they're the best trader in the world, and to just kind of let you know, like, who you're watching. In my mind, just so you guys know, in my mind, in almost everything that I do, I have absurd, arrogant level confidence, right? Like really absurd, arrogant level confidence that I bring to trading, that I bring to sports, that I've developed through having it smashed in my face. And I could talk a lot about that, where I really, truly do believe deep down that I can go out and do these things day in and day out that I haven't done before. And I think you need to have that to be able to do it. But I've had people say that to me, like, oh, don't call yourself an idiot, don't say that. I get it. I just think it's really important to be clear and open and honest about, you know, your level, and even more important when you have to like completely pull yourself away from the mass that is saying all one thing. And most people hop on streams, right? Or they hop on my Twitter and they'll immediately, like, I had somebody, like, I'll just point this out. I showed a test account on Tradeovate with Top 1 Futures, right? And I was just talking generally about something's coming. It wasn't to do with the trade. You could have obviously seen it was a stupid NQ trade with like 5 minis. It's not a live account. It's not my account that I care. It's none of that. But somebody immediately commented, show your losses, or you don't show your losses, or whatever it was. The post right before that one, like not with post, the post directly before that one was me showing the $1,000 loss. And the post directly before that one was the live session with the $1,000 loss happening. So people, you know, are predisposed to assume that you're full of shit. You only show wins. You think you're the best. You think you've got it all figured out, and you're trying to sell something crazy. And, you know, this is the way that you approach it. And I like to really counter that completely by saying, nah, bro, you're new here. You're not on the right spot. This is not, you know, the place that you're looking for all wins, no losses. I have a magic strategy. I have it all figured out because I'm so complicated and I have all these degrees, and, you know, I have a way of reading the market that is just so intense, and this is what the best level of trading looks like. I don't know, bro. You go find that somewhere else, who's selling some dumbass course to you. So that's where it comes from. But I think, yes, to your point, you need to believe in yourself without a shadow of a doubt in all of the things that you do, even before you do them. You have to put the hard work in. There's no substitute for experience. You have to build the evidence to yourself. You can't just will yourself into everything. You can will yourself into a lot. But that deep manifestation, right? That visualization, the prayer, because I know these are two different things, but kind of attribute that as well, comes from within. And I have that. So, but I appreciate it. Appreciate what you said there. Watching this thing chop at VWAP, guys. I know we're yapping. Nothing yet. Thanks for all you do, Zach. I value your opinions, even when you joke about them. Yeah, I do. I like to joke about them. ES is broke overnight high and climbing higher. What's up, guys? How's it going for you guys? It's good, Zach. I think we break down on YM a little bit and then take off, but I'm waiting for a couple more things. What do I know? Yeah, great. What do I know either? Going great. How's trading day coming along? Good. Good, man. Watching this market, I think we go from here. I really do. I think we take off from here, and I don't get the entry. I don't have it in me to throw a stop below prior day low or pre-market low. I really don't. But I think we go from here. I'm waiting for a sweep of a key level, something to the downside to look long. We're opening up with a bullish bar, low in prior day's session. We've sold off consecutively. I think we got a good chance to just correct a little bit, or at very least chop ahead of Trump talking, FOMC meeting minutes, and NFP tomorrow. For all of those reasons, I think getting involved right here in the middle of VWAP, I'm guessing direction. That's all I'm doing. And I have a trash stop loss level. And if I don't guess the way that it's going to move correctly immediately, I am at a very high risk for a stop loss. So I just don't think that's a good use of risk capital for me, personally. But like I said, gun to my head, you know which way I was trading. Long towards prior day high 600s, what I was looking at yesterday. I got a good feeling I'm going to see that. And honestly, yesterday was one of those days where if I didn't have to close my trade out, I wouldn't have. If I didn't get manually taken out at 4:10 p.m. Eastern on that trade, I would have left it. I would have let it run. I would have let it run, you know, for my entry all the way down here with a stop loss way down here, which is the same entry that I want today. It's one of those interesting nuances with prop firms. Can't hold overnight. And it's not common for that to happen, I will say. It's not common that I'm going to hold for 40 hours, but today would have been one of those. You know, the thesis, the baseline of my trading is that we move from, you know, level to level. We move from area of high volume, price action, market structure. You know, we move in this kind of consistent pattern way where I can exploit it. And again, I do care about time. It's very important, but I care less about time and price action and what the heck it does on the way to and from these areas. There's specific movements that I try to leverage, like off of the open, the really impulsive, crazy move that we often see on YM, which we didn't really get today. But I would have liked to have held that thing. Held that thing all the way. Anyway. But if you're on here, man, welcome. Yeah, like I said, we got a ton of people on X. What's up, X? What's going on? Welcome to the show. Oh, my bad. We got a ton of people. I can't read the X chat, just so you guys know. Yeah, here we go. It's gonna go. I can't read the X chat unless I physically open Twitter myself to read it. It doesn't come through on any of the streaming stuff, so. What's up, Niels? What's up, Musa? Bala? What's up, Musa? We got a couple different people in here. Abi, what's going on? No competition. Luxury, expensive stuff. Just a chance to change my parents' lives. That's the sauce right there, man. Damn, bro. I love that. Market still tanking. Trader Michael, we'll see. I'm not looking south. I make profits easily on demo, but I don't know what happens to me in real trading. Yeah, it's that risk tolerance, right? It comes from play mode to real mode, right? So yeah, that's the challenge that we all face. We're all heroes on demo. I can give you my 2 cents on what can help there. Haters will hate. Thanks, very helpful. Hell yeah. What's up, guys? Yeah, I don't know. Is nobody streaming on X today or something? you guys are chilling on mine. I love it. Got a ton of people on here. Oh no, we got some people kicked on. I don't know. Maybe I had some posts do well. But I appreciate you guys being on. Just so you know, I'm also live on Kickin' X. I'm going to throw all the links for you guys in the X live chat since there's so many of you. As I'm watching this market come up towards pre-market highs, looks like we want to go. I'm not doing anything crazy yet, guys. I'm going to wait for this to continue to open up. Maybe give me an entry, but I got a feeling that we just drift higher and I don't get the pullback that I need to get in. Just so you guys have it on. Actually, you know what? Let me just give you the one site so I don't have to post 47,000 different links. X, Twitter, whatever you're supposed to call yourself. In the live chat and on the video itself, because I'm going to comment down below it, just so you guys can catch it. That's my site, realdealfutures.com, with all of my socials, including my Kick and YouTube, where I could actually read your comments with lower latency and no ads on Kick, or ads, and also I can read your comments on YouTube. And if you want to check out the 100% free trading Discord, there's no course, there's no VIP, there's no mentorship in there. 2,000 members grinding it out. Hella of them making it to payouts. Like I said, I got to give some props where it's due. You guys are crushing it. Be more than happy to have you guys in there. 9:15 a.m. Eastern here every damn day. We also run giveaways. Maybe we do one today. I don't know. We did one yesterday. Coming into Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you guys. Maybe we do one today. Maybe we give away another instant funded account. I don't know. Gonna have to hang out on stream. No purchase necessary. You don't have to use a code. You don't have to buy anything. Random days, random times on stream. Check out ES. Yeah, ES is going, man. ES is pushing. I see it on the bookmap chart. Yep, pushing to prior day high, pushed off a VWAP. Same with NQ, looking really strong to the upside, right? This is ES bookmap over here, just so you guys know. Very aggressive push to the upside on rising CVD. This looks super good. Damn it, YM. This is one of those days where I have the read. I have the read, but I don't I don't have the entry. Don't have the entry. That's cool, man. I'm gonna stay patient on it. Still early. Still early. Still early. See what we get. See what we get. Good questions, though. Good conversation, as always, man. You guys always give me some good stuff to talk about. Damn, man. 11,000 plus on cumulative volume delta for ES. This bad boy is looking really strong. YM not looking as strong. Obviously, not even cracking pre-market high here. Asia, London high. Yeah. Here's the 15-minute for ES. Yep. NQ looking hella strong as well. Really, really flipping nice and bullish on these. Green across the board for these percent day change. This looks strong. Again, overall, right? Still coming out of some gnarly selling pressure for the last couple days. No entry for me just yet, though, guys. But we were talking about a couple different things. I'll talk mindset in a minute. Talk about the 4-minute mile. Talk about that belief in yourself. But before we do that, as you guys know, just to recap this real quick, as you guys know, Project X is pulling support from, it seems like, majority of third-party prop firms, everybody but Top Step MP, who seems like they kind of either run the whole thing there, they own it, they have a controlling stake, or they just have whatever. Not that matters. Top 1 Futures specifically posted the exact message that they got from Project X, which essentially said they're scaling back support and that the end date for Project X support is going to be February 26th or something, 27th, 28th, somewhere in there, at the end of February. Top 1 Futures, thankfully, has been in conversations, talking with, working with, and is ready to roll out Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView. It's awesome to get that level of legitimacy. Top 1 Futures has been in the game now for going on 8 months, over 18 million paid out to traders. Everybody and their mother said that they would go under and fold, and it would be another rug pull, terrible, launch for an instant funded account. Not the case so far. Been pretty solid. They definitely have had some growing pains, right? Some missteps, some stuff that I was not super stoked about, but I think they've pushed through pretty well. So anyway, they are launching Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView. That group, which is the Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, are the same company. TradingView, you are allowed to trade from Tradeovate right on TradingView itself, like the actual just TradingView web or desktop platform, which is awesome. Coming up this week, maybe we got some indication, something. I don't know. I heard something about tomorrow. I don't know. Don't freak out. I don't know. But it seems like they said later this week. It's already Wednesday, and maybe what Thursday is later this week. I don't know. They've been testing this thing rigorously. I've been part of some of that. Plenty of other people have been. They're trying to make sure it's as close to as 100% at launch, so there's not a bunch of problems, right? Anything back end like that, I can't imagine what goes on the IT side. But I'm sure it's a huge undertaking. So they've been working at that for months, really for months, man. Try to make it 100%. So we should have that soon. You're still able to trade and purchase and do whatever you want with Project X accounts on Top 1 Futures and all of the other firms, as far as I'm aware so far. I would assume, and this isn't confirmed, I would assume over the next few weeks, you will see more and more prop firms stop selling Project X accounts and transition people to Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView, or whatever else they offer, if they offer something different, because there's plenty of other firms and platforms out there. But for Top 1 Futures, that seems like for the foreseeable future, still going to be able to copy trade and do everything that you want to do, same everything. Project X still going to be rolling probably over maybe the next month, right? They're probably not going to want to clip it too quickly because you can still trade on it. But I would assume that they start to transition people off, right? They stop selling it because they know there's an end date. It's going to be everybody getting comfortable on Tradeovate, right? And TradingView itself. So if you have questions about that, feel free to ask. We talked a lot about it. I try not to share too much of just the like opinion on drama, right? You know, for the sake of drama, or what's going on. But you know, we did a little bit about that yesterday. Getting long on the brink of overnight high on ES. Out 2/3, trailing the last third. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm sitting patient on this, man. Didn't give me the entry that I wanted. This wasn't terrible, but no sweep of pre-market low, man. I was coming in hella bullish as it was. That's a tough one. I'd be jumping the gun. Be jumping the gun on that. But appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Really do. Sitting tight with you guys. But if you want to check out, that's where I was going with that. We were talking about Top 1 futures. If you want to check out Top 1, remember also, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Important for me to note that, always be transparent. So you can do your own research, grain of salt what I say, make your own decisions. Right? I think this whole space would be a lot easier if everybody just disclosed that all the time. If you want to check it out, link is in the chat. Right now, they're running 55% off. Show you the banner. 55% off. Code RDF gets you the deal. No minimum trading days to pay out on the instant funded accounts, the OG accounts, the ones that I really prefer. If you want to check that out, link is in the chat everywhere. It's also at that realdealfutures.com, my main site. Link is on there. But code RDF will do it without the link if you guys want to check that. Right back at volume point of control from yesterday after just dipping lower, man. I think we just go. I think we go, and I don't get it on this. I really do. This is one of those days, man. Like I said, one of those days where I watch this come down, and I'm like, I would hold this bad boy long. Should have re-entered on the live account. I should have re-entered on the live account right in the overnight session, just like right in here. But it sucks, right? Because it takes you out up here, right? Where's 410? You know, if you want to do that, everybody says, well, you could just always re-enter. Well, my entry's here with my stop loss way down here, entry and stop loss at break even right in here. You know, here's the 4:10 p.m. Takes you out here, right? Now I enter at the open and I get my entry here, right? That sucks. You know, now I'm 200 points above where my actual entry was. It's not always as simple as that, but not allowed for a number of reasons. Honestly, I love this community. I've seen the entrance I am looking for and made something after the live goes off, so I'm grateful for learning patience. For sure, man. I'm one of the more patient traders I think you see on here. I've gotten the negative comments, and I'm cool with that, man. I've done it both ways. I've scalped like crazy, 47 different entries. I've waited patiently for my setup to come, which I'm doing every day here. I don't have room to mess around in this live account that I'm trading, right? It's a prop firm live account. There's no reset button. You can't just restart it. You know, you'd be going back to a sim account at best. So I got to wait patiently for my setup to come. And I trade off the 15-minute primarily here on YM. Pretty aggressively, right? Like I mapped that out. I was really, we dip lower on another day here. I'm in right here off the open or right here off the open, you know? Just didn't get that today. But I'm happy to sit patient and show you what real trading looks like. Not just 47,000 trades, just a trade. I like to trade. I like to put trades on and manage them. I like to be able to talk about them. I like to be able to display my abilities. I like to be able to manage trades. But I don't have a setup every single day at 9:35 a.m. Eastern where I hop on and I go, okay, oh, perfect. This is exactly what I needed to happen. What a surprise. It was at 9:35 every other single day, and I just get long or short. I think your strategy would be long or short at the same time every day is what you should be doing, right? You know, it's just not that way. It's close. It's close in this morning session that I find a trade far more often than I don't, but not always. And there's been quite a few where YM's tested me. where we really just have kind of danced around and chopped, and I'm like get more and more impatient, and I want to take one, I want to jump in, and I've done that a lot in the past. Try not to do that. Anyway, sit impatient, man. Like I said, I still am looking at this through a bullish lens. Just didn't give me a way to structure risk. If we sweep the low, I'd love to see it before 10:30. I'd love to see an aggressive turn back down, because we're gonna get our IB high and low here coming up pretty soon. 10:12 a.m. Eastern. I'd love a sweep of the low. I don't know that we get that though. Plenty of room to move. This is still a very tight daily candle relative for YM. You can just see it looking at the daily chart, but we are nowhere close to a daily range here. Plenty of room to move to the upside or downside. It just looks like we're going to drift higher here though. What's up, Aldo? What's up, Chris? What's up, Mike Z? How we doing? Mike Z got long 2 micros, 170 points to go. Longest trade. Nice. Hell yeah. Hanging on to a winner. Personally, I like the chill vibes and people here. It's like trading with a bunch of friends and co-working at some co-working joint. Yeah, that's what I try to cultivate, Rhombus, and everybody else on here. This is for everybody, man. I really try to cultivate that. There's no qualification. There's no you have to trade a certain way. You have to listen to the way that I trade. You're an idiot if you trade anything else. You know, I give you my opinions about crazy stuff out there, but free community, free live session, right? Everybody on here, hop in. It's the same people day in and day out. I have so many OGs now that are on here every day. It's awesome, man. And it's what I was hoping to, really what I was hoping to cultivate. I was in really, really cool communities, right? That in the past that I was paying to be in, that it was the same thing. We trade live with the same guys and girls day in and day out. You know, you start to understand how they trade, what's going well for them, what's going poorly for them, right? What level they're at. And you get a whole bunch of different perspectives. It's awesome. Nobody knows what the hell we're doing here outside of this. Damn it, YM, man. Just gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go without me. This is a painful one, man. I'm gonna have to just sit and watch it. Short play maybe somewhere way up there, but I like I said, I was bullish coming into this. Gave me the chop yesterday, man. Didn't give me the TP. Yeah, so I'll comment on something else from yesterday real quick. For those of you that missed it, you can go back and watch it, right? I got long in here. And I did one thing that was definitely worked against me as well, right? Holding on to the thing for forever worked against me, but one thing that I could have done better, I could have went full risk. I sized down, and I'm comfortable doing that, dropping risk, going to micros, really widening out stops and targets, and I ran 6 micros instead of my regular 1 full mini. And I did that because I wanted a wider stop. I didn't want to stop like right in here. This was, pretty aggressive. I felt we could move to the upside, and what I was looking for, really generate like a nice movement out of here, not just the 320 or whatever it was that it showed me, like even larger. But had I been in with 1 mini, right, this would have been approaching, $1,500, $2,000. And it might have been enough for me to clip it. I also, I don't typically add to my trades. I don't typically add to winners or losers. Right here, I specifically was sitting down to eat a bento box. I think this was what, 12:30, 12:45? Somewhere right in here. And I opened it up on my phone, not being at my desk. And I saw it right back down around entry. And I went, that's probably a good spot to throw on the additional 4 micros and just make this 1 full mini. And I had a shot to do that. And I didn't do that either. So area for improvement, I think for me is going to be careful about the reducing risk, careful about the widening out stops. When it's appropriate to do it, it's helpful. but it's definitely a double-edged sword, and that one was not a beautiful play. Didn't need the additional stop loss. Didn't need it to be that wide. Yeah, and here's the pop to the upside on YM. Looks like we want to go and challenge these highs from yesterday's NYSE session. If we start to come out, here's the decision, right? Are we just going to stay within this, this volume profile here, right? The meat of this volume profile, all this price action? Are we actually going to start to form a really nice bullish movement where we go up and challenge prior day high? Again, just some statistics, right? We're very likely to go and break prior day high or prior day low, right? The stats from Edgeful, you could just look at the daily chart. It's much less common to see just a complete inside bar, right? We typically at least break one side of prior day's high or low if we open up with inside of it. It's a strong stat. So you can easily target prior day high or low, right? Either for a target or for maybe an entry if you're waiting for an entry like I was down here. Initial balance coming up pretty soon, about 10 minutes to IB high and low. Maybe we pull back really aggressively. We aim for that IB high break for some continuation. Could see something coming here, but for now, it's staying patient. Could play a continuation off IB high if it breaks, or a short back into the 50% IB range. There you go. Yep. You were reading my mind. Wire 1970. Lee, hi Zach. If someone wins a growth account here or from any feedback. If somebody wins an account, is the activation fee removed? No, Lee. For me or almost everybody else or every other prop firm, if you win something that's a reset, or, well, a reset would just be a reset. But if you win something that's a challenge account, there's an activation fee if you pass it. I think there's only one firm that I've seen that like rolled something out recently that was like any giveaway account with a challenge, you get no activation fee, which is cool. But no, if you get a challenge account from me, you're on the hook for the activation fee. Good news is though, I'm not giving out challenge accounts anymore. We're just giving out straight to funded accounts with no activation fee, no challenge, no time limits, just straight into a funded account. But if you win from Top 1 Futures or most of the other firms, you're on the hook if you pass for an activation fee. Watching this thing come back in a little bit. Let's get ready for this IB high and low. Get ready for this IB high and low. You guys got questions, trading questions, you want to yap about anything, feel free. Throw it in the chat, man. We got a ton of you guys on here. You guys always give me good stuff to talk about. I try to ignore dumb, irrelevant, off-topic questions, although I don't get that many of them these days. You guys are pretty good. But I do keep subscriber mode on most stuff. Not really much anything anymore. I used to get a lot of dumb questions. A lot of hate. Had some guys that... A very few, but you'd get the same person that creates like 47 different of the same accounts and then keeps hopping into your live stream and try to like trip you up on some weird thing that they're asking, or just really oddly personal stuff that has nothing to do with trading. I'm pretty transparent. I show you guys a lot, but not everything. Not everything. Still try to have some safety around myself and my family. Yeah, man, let's see. IB high not set yet. This is what it's looking like if we don't continue to push higher, in which case it would be higher on this candle. But the initial balance is the first 1 hour opening range between 9:30 a.m. Eastern and 10:30 a.m. Eastern, if you don't know. We got some strong stats behind that. Some really strong stats behind that. As in, how likely is one side to break first over the other side? We can tell that over a large sample size of data and a small sample size of data. If one side breaks, how likely are we to come back down and break the other side? There are statistics around that. If this interests you, I'll talk more about it, and I'll show you the exact statistics for it, for whatever amount of data that we want to look at. Let's go. Let's get it. It's my first time here with you guys. Really nice stream. Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the show. Chris, if you want to hop in the Discord, top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat is a 100% free trading Discord. Like I said, no course, no VIP. You could share your trades in there. You could not share your trades. You could ask people questions. You could watch a ton of other people trading that are heavy hitters and beginners, everybody in between. How do you deal with overconfidence sometimes? Yeah, man, you got to keep yourself level. Overconfidence is usually not my particular issue where I just let myself go crazy. But it's about keeping yourself balanced, right? Keeping yourself balanced. And it comes, I think, from two places. An understanding of the markets and a game of probabilities, and just sheer discipline, pure discipline, right? So if you understand the game of probabilities that we're playing here in the markets, and you understand that despite what anybody tells you, this is just pure math, there's a random distribution of wins and losses for any win rate, for any given set of variables that define an edge. Shout out Mark Douglas. It's a Mark Douglas quote from Trading the Zone. If you really reflect on that, and you understand that if you flip a coin, you don't know if it's going to be heads or tails next, right? You have no idea if it's going to be heads the next three, flips in a row. But you do know, with a really good degree of certainty, over a large enough sample size, you're going to end around 50%, right? So if you know that through backtesting and forward testing, over a large enough sample size, pretty good degree of certainty that you have some edge in the market where you have a 60% win rate, it gives you confidence, right? Gives you that nice confidence to come to the market and put risk on. But at the same time, you have to hold this counter belief, this paradox belief, right? This is the tough part of trading, that it's still only a 60% win rate. And I don't know if the next trade is going to be one of the large number that I will see that's on the 40%. That's a loss, right? When you're in a win streak, because back to the overconfidence, and you've won 5 trades in a row consecutively, which is pretty normal to have, with a modest win rate, positive win rate, over 50%. If you really believe, without a shadow of a doubt, in your average win rate playing out over a large sample size and the randomness of the market, it doesn't make sense to over leverage. It doesn't make sense to think, I got it all figured out, so now I'm just going to quadruple my risk on this next trade. Why wouldn't I? I've won all of these trades. Well, you don't know worth a damn what the next one's going to be, right? So you don't step outside of that. But past that, because as humans, we still start to think these ways, right? We start losing trades, we lose confidence. We start winning trades, we gain confidence. It comes from discipline. It comes from cultivating that discipline to follow your rule set, even if you're very discretionary, right? Your general rules for entry, day in and day out over a large sample size, and that you're not going to be defined by that next trade, by that next winning P&L. And there's discipline. There's discipline to not get overconfident, start getting overly risky and careless while being able to execute effectively and press your winners, because it's a balance. And on the downside, when you're not performing well, when you're taking a number of losses, losing streak, to not lose confidence, to not throw everything out the window and start from scratch and strategy hop, right? Or do something even worse and over leverage, over risk, try to make it all back. There's discipline in there, and it's built on the charts. But I talk about this a lot. It's also built off the charts, and we could talk a little bit more about mindset psychology if you guys want. And here's my belief. If you are a completely undisciplined person in every other area of your life, I think it's going to be inherently and extremely difficult to be disciplined on the charts trading when money's on the line. And it's one of the most difficult activities. And I do a lot of difficult activities. One of the most difficult activities to maintain discipline and keep going at a steady pace. I don't think you need to have a crazy morning routine where you wake up at 4 a.m. and do an ice bath and then journal for 47 hours and meditate and do all these crazy things and run 70 miles. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, I do a lot of stupid, crazy discipline stuff, that grind set life, but you got to have something going on outside where you keep promises to yourself, right? Where you maintain some discipline, you have that delayed gratification, you're able to keep yourself in line. Because if you don't do that anywhere else, why would you expect to be able to do it here, right? So mindset. Hope that helps with how you deal with overconfidence. We hit the point of control from yesterday's cash session. I think we're going to chop around a bit and go higher. Maybe pulling back down towards VWAP on this one, guys. We're going to have initial balance. It looks pretty good. Someone called out 50% of that initial balance, maybe for a continuation. I'm going to wait and see on this one. Didn't get my initial setup, man. This is going to look choppy back at VWAP. I don't know that I'm going to get something that I'm really going to be comfortable watching play out before Trump and FOMC meeting minutes later into the session, which I'm really not looking forward to holding through if I had something running. We're going to have to see here. I like the stream, nerds. Yep. Welcome to the show. I know you were asking, Zach, but one. Oh, but one. Let me count talking less than that. Still need to keep some safety. How said is that in the world we live in? Still need to keep some safety. How said is it that this is the world? Oh, how sad is it? I think you meant to write.
The holidays are here.
I don't know what we were
Joy,
talking about, Rhombus, but that's okay.
friends.
I'm also an idiot, so maybe it was normal and I just can't read. Oh, let's see. Thanks for getting. Yeah, man, we're just chilling, watching this. Normal, what's up? Chart Prince, what's up? 70 miles. Haha, and run 70 miles after an ice bath. Yeah, like I don't know if you guys know. I do a lot of crazy different stuff, right? I've run quite a few marathons. I ran the Chicago Marathon this past year and PR'd. I'm not a great runner. I've run ultra marathons, as in, a few of them. I've run 50K race, ran a 50-mile race. Ultra marathon is anything over a marathon distance. I do stuff that scares me all the time. I go diving. I don't consider myself to be a fish like in the water. I've dove with sharks, bull sharks, the most aggressive shark species off the coast of Jupiter. I've raced motocross for a long period of time, ton of different sports and activities. And I think a lot of what I do in that outside life, right? Also just with my careers, my how I approach trading, I bring that stuff to it. I bring that discipline to it. I bring that doing that really hard stuff when you don't want to, and training day in and day out to hit some goal and sucking at it day after day after day after day and getting better. I bring that to trading, and I think it's important. I'm doing it right now with rock climbing. I just started rock climbing. I don't know. I do mad side quests. Just started rock climbing, and I go every day, and I suck. I'm not good at it, right? And I try to get better, and I fall off the wall, and it's frustrating. And I just try to set these goals and continue to hit them. And I think if you could do that in other areas of your life, even if they're small, maybe it's going on a walk, right? Like I got family and stuff that are overweight and, have health issues and stuff. Maybe it's just going on a walk. Maybe it's reading for 5 minutes a day. Maybe it's meditating for 2 minutes because, you find yourself to be a anxious, person. But you get what I'm saying? Like if you stay up late every day, smoking joints and drinking, and then you wake up hungover and tired and you eat junk food, right? McDonald's. And then you, hop on the charts for 5 seconds and you full port some evals. Like, I don't think you're going to progress very quickly to the point where you're able to manage risk and you're able to maintain the level of discipline that you have to maintain on the charts. So I don't think you have to go to the extreme, but, some discipline is helpful in maintaining confidence level, overconfidence, lack of confidence, being a good risk manager. Gotta run, great stream. Thanks for sharing. Think about it all. No trade for me today. Yeah, for sure. Oh, for your family. Yeah, I got you, Robbins. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it is. It's a little sketchy. Listen, I honestly, I get hate and stuff. I get the negative messages. I get the haters. I get the crazy. I've had some insane stuff, right? People hate you for your nationality or just the way that you look or whatever it is, or just that you're doing something that's maybe that they don't do. But overall, I've been pretty good with it. My community is so awesome. You guys are awesome. It's great. I really can't complain that much. Other people take it so much harder. But even that said, right? If you're on here talking about making money doing something, maybe that would, infer that you have money in your outside life to a certain degree. And, people are often put in bad spots where, it's, they're going to come and try to take what you got. So try not to dox myself too much on everything that I do. But I do in-person events, right? I'm happy to come and say what's up to you guys. Specifically, I'll be in Tampa. I'll plug that. Tampa next year. May 16th, 15th and 16th and 17th for the ASFX in-person live trading boot camp, man. Be awesome. You can come and hang out. We can chill, get dinner. You can try to rob me there if you want. It's gonna go bad for you, man. I wouldn't try it, but we're down here in Florida. You can look up the laws down here. Come to Tampa. I don't think that's a good idea to try anybody, but no, I'm just joking around, of course. So what you're saying is, very for charity. Yes, yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Person's name that I can't read. Yes, you want to make sure that you stay up really late. You hardly get any sleep. You do a bunch of drugs, and you hop on the charts 10 seconds before the open. You don't do any markup. You don't do any review. You don't do anything that would get you ready for the trading day. These are all what you want to do. You want to be thinking about your loss from yesterday. You want to focus on your P&L. I'm joking around, guys. These are all the opposite of what you want to do. Yeah, man, chopping back around VWAP here. Gonna have to see. Gonna have to see here. But we got a ton of people on here, man. I'm gonna do something. Get this ready. KRN, you're on here before, and you've asked me before, man. You know these things. You know giveaways are random days, random times. All right? But, damn it, now I have to do it after you said it. This is not because KRN asked. And if you guys all just come in here and spam the chat, which nobody does, one person asked where the giveaway form was, so it's not at all the case. But it's usually the same people. You don't have to ask when the giveaway is. Random days, random times, form will drop. I talk about it 1,000 times over. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run a giveaway we got so many people on X, so I'm gonna give it to you on X. Yo, we got 170 people on X today. Concurrent right now. We got 50 some odd on YouTube. We got a few of you guys on Kick. Here's what we're gonna do. If you guys can hit, let's go for 70 likes on YouTube and or 15 likes on X. Actually, yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. 70 likes on YouTube. You guys are getting the form. 15 likes on X. There's 9. Okay, I already said it. 6 more likes on X and we'll drop the form. Let's see if you guys can hit that. You don't have to do anything. Free means free. Honestly, I'll tell you myself, I've never not dropped a giveaway form once I said it based on likes. I don't know, I'm a nice guy. But hype it up, man. Smash the like button. Get your peeps some more chances to win because the stream gets pushed when we get more likes. Good for me, good for you, good for everybody. Smash the like button and we will drop this giveaway form. But random days, random times. That's the idea with the giveaways. This is going to be we're going to do a giveaway for a 50K straight to funded Sim Pro account with Top 1 Futures with no challenge, no activation fee like we were getting questions on earlier. These are funded accounts, instant funded accounts. Straight to funded Sim Pro specifically from Top 1 Futures. That's the one we're going to be giving away today. Yeah, KRN, I'm talking about you. He wrote me. Smash the like button, guys. We'll get this form to drop. I'm no trade for now, man. This was a directional movement. I had a bullish bias off the open. We didn't quite get the pull back down to start the risk structure that I wanted on this one. We got IB high and low set. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't know that I do anything crazy. Again, guys, in 2 hours, less than 2 hours, we have Trump speaking on the economy, or to some degree. So it's on Forex Factory. Anything with that dude yapping is just a wild card. And then we also have FOMC meeting minutes later in the day, 2 p.m. I would be taking a trade and saying this is going to play out in the next 90 minutes or something, or 120 minutes, where I really want to be out before that happens. And I don't really love to trade that way with my back against the wall. I would like to be in something and then I'll run it through news if I have to, but on a really good risk structure. This one I'm trading from the middle of VWAP. I could tell you which side is more likely to break first on this IB high and IB high or low. If we break that IB high, which is more likely to break first, we're not likely to come back down and break the IB low. This gives us a way to structure risk. Choppy session inside, today, sitting around prior day volume point of control right around VWAP. Not a lot for me. It's really not a lot for me. Oh, there we go. 75 likes. You guys run it. Let's hit the like button, guys. There's a squirrel there. What? Promise? What? That sounds like a good giveaway, buddy. Yeah, straight to payout. Yeah, guys, straight to the bank account. You don't even have to trade these accounts. They just go right to a bank account. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, we are giving out the giveaway form. Giveaway form is live. You guys didn't do it on X, but I'm gonna be nice anyway and give it to you. There's two, just so for the record. I'm hitting a high note on X here. There's I'll give it to you guys in Kick as well. X, you're gonna get the form in the live chat. Just hang on. There's 191 people on X. I don't know why my stream got pushed on X today. Probably because nobody was streaming or something, or yesterday we couldn't stream, or I had something blow up that I don't know about. I don't really check X that much. 12 likes. We couldn't hit 15 likes. Actually, I only needed 6 because you guys already had 9. But you guys are hysterical. That's X for you. But we're gonna hook it up, man. It's all good. You don't have to hit the like button. You could hang out here. You could do whatever you want to do. And you don't have to fill the form out. Not that many of you usually fill the form out. But do me a favor, X. I'm going to give you the form right now. At least give me a good email, because I know you won't be on the stream if you win. Give me a good email, please. Because I've had people win, and I have, like, fake names and fake emails and fake random stuff, man. So here you go. Giveaway form is live in the chat in X, YouTube, and Kick. Go ahead. Get this one filled out. We give you guys 10 minutes. Let's say 10:50. We'll give you guys a little over 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Get the one filled out. Only fill it out one time. Please don't spam the form. If you spam the form, you're going to get banned from my stream and everywhere else, and from Top 1 Futures giveaways, and from Top 1 Futures in general. Don't do that. Don't make it hard for me. Please. We do giveaways almost every day. No need to do that. Also, these accounts come straight from Top 1 Futures, so if you use another email and you ask to change it, it's going to be slow for you, as the kids say. You're not going to win. So don't do that. Don't use 47 different emails. It's a dead giveaway. They come straight from Top 1 Futures, and if you win, and it comes to your brothers and your sisters and your grandma's email, you got a problem. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. How do you know if someone doing with family email? Right there, KRN. I just asked it. I just answered that. Right? You're only allowed to have one account, one email with any prop firm. I don't know if you know that. You get the account. You get the account straight to your email. You've been on here before, man. Are you sleeping today? You're on here like every other day. You should know these questions. So how do I know if you're using your grandma's or your brother's and your sister's email and you're putting down, 5 different names and 5 different emails? You can only have one account with every prop firm, right? And it's going to come directly to that email. So if you win to another email and you go, oh, support, please change the email because I won an account, that's a dead giveaway. They know that you're spamming. Don't do that. They're going to immediately go, well, the giveaway came from Zach on this one, and you won, and you used a different email. And they're going to go, yo, Zach, what's up with this email? What's the one that the guy gave? And we go, oh, wait a minute. There's his 3 emails. Banned from the stream, banned from winning the account. Account goes to somebody else, and banned from Top 1 Futures. I will attempt to get you banned. I've had people now spam the forms and scam other people out of giveaways. It's just really shitty to do. I understand everybody's in bad situations. I've done dumb stuff before. I've made plenty of mistakes, but I'm giving you guys the warning. And I've been so nice in the past, but as we grow and we now have hundreds of people coming on, I can't have a tolerance for it. I can't. So I have to be hard about it. No leniency anymore. Don't do that. There's the fair warning. It's very simple. If you want to play the game, you're going to run the risk. That's it. You can decide from there. I've been super cool in the past. I actually had people that would do it, and then I would be like, hey, just don't do that again. Please don't do that. And they come back and do it even more. So I can't do it. It's not cool. Not fair. Also, it makes me look like an idiot giving out accounts to the same people or that type of stuff. And you're creating a problem for everybody. But we do giveaways almost every day, live on stream, no purchase necessary, instant funded accounts. You have one of the best opportunities, in my humble opinion. Point it out to me. Please, point it out to me. You can say it in chat if you want. But throw it in Discord if you don't mind. If there is another person with less people, concurrent viewers on their live streams that gives out more quantity and better prop accounts by way of dollar value, like instant funded accounts, I want to know about it so I can join their stream and win their accounts. I'll run into the background and I'll win. Because now I have multiple people. I'm going to say like half a dozen at least that have been on my live streams that have won multiple times. Multiple times. This is not, you know, the major prop firm live stream where they give out 20 resets, but you're in there with 5,000 people. You know what I'm saying? There's not that many on here. We usually have, you know, we're getting up there. We're getting up there, which is growing quickly. But I think you have one of the best chances to win an insta-funded account on my stream with no purchase necessary. But if there's another one, I want to know about it so I can hop on there with live streams and win. Yeah. Signing with more than an account is actually stealing from others who submitted once. So and you want it to be fair. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. For sure. I'm having 4 stream. Wolf was in here earlier today. Did I see Wolf in here? Yeah, Wolf was in here. Nate, what's up, man? What's going on? Coming back down on this one, chat. Coming back down now. We break this IB low. We're trading against the stat. I'm sitting patient on this, man. I'm sitting patient on this one. I don't have to. I don't have to trade this. I'm gonna look for a trade. I'd like something, man, but this is choppy so far. If I was in down here, I wouldn't be too stoked in this. I really wouldn't be too super excited if I pulled this move. You know, like I said, gun to my head. Would I have been out right here? Probably not. I held past like 300 points yesterday. I would have been aiming for this move, so I wouldn't say that I would be out. I wouldn't say, oh, well, look, I had a good read and I would have been out. It would have been, nope, I probably wouldn't have been out. It probably would be coming all the way back down to break even. So let's see. We'll wait. I still think there's a good chance to go break this IB high. It formed last. Still looking bullish. We got a retest of VWAP. There's certainly a play right here. You could say, hey, Zach, cracked to the downside, popped up, put our IB high in here. We came back down across volume point of control. We're testing VWAP here. This is an easy one. You know, we know that we're very likely to break one side of this initial balance. This gives me a positive risk reward. We come down and break this IB low. I'm out for a loss. You know, done deal. There's nothing wrong with this at all. And I think, you know, if I had to take a trade right now, like I said, I don't have a gun to my head in here. Thankfully, hope to never have that. You know, that's still what I'm looking for. But you could run it really tight. Right. Talked about the 50% of the initial balance being retested if it breaks one side. But we got a nice clean side form first, side form second, bullish structure. We know we're very likely to break one side of this, so it's an easy target level. We know once we break one side, we're much less likely to come back down and break the other side. In fact, we're likely to continue. Strong stats behind that, right around 70%, over 70%. So we'll see. We come down and break this low. Now we come like all the way back down on these, and we break this low. I still like it long. I would trade against the initial balance. I think I don't know that we just turned this into a completely bearish day and it's a pop to the upside when we sell off. I don't think that's what happens. But again, man, we have. I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick before we run this giveaway. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat, guys. Link is in the chat. A couple things coming up. Trump speaking at 12:15 p.m. That's getting close to an hour and a half from now. FOMC meeting minutes, red folder. These are, reasons for concern. We get closer and closer and closer to that. It turns into, you're putting a news trade on, right? You're jumping in before news. So choppy ahead of that is reasonable. All right, let's get this form ready to roll. Chat. Last chance, last chances coming in. Go ahead. It's in the link everywhere. Here we go. I'll throw it in the chat again for you guys in case you didn't see it. Let's see. All right. We got the ducks ready to go. IB stands for, please. Tolerate my dumb question. No, initial balance. Initial balance, Dr. FP is the first 1 hour opening range. So initial balance is an opening range, right? The initial balance, it's not a dumb question. It's fine. The initial balance is the area that price trades from 9:30 a.m. Eastern, NYSE open, to 10:30 a.m. Eastern, right? Which is here on the 5-minute chart, okay? The high and the low that's put in between that time range, that first 1 hour. There's plenty of other opening ranges that you could look at, right? The 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 minute, the hour and a half, right? The first certain amount of candles. But the initial balance is referred to as the first 1 hour opening range for NYSE session. There are strong statistics behind it, which we could look at. Maybe, yeah, right before this. Since I'm talking about it, come on, Edgeful. And again, guys, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated with Edgeful. You can see, like, I try not to hammer things down your throat. I'm super duper hyped on stuff, and when there's big deals and things like that are amazing opportunities, I try to push them quite a bit. But I stand to make money from Edgeful. I have a link. I have a code. I'll throw it in the chat for you guys in a minute. But here's what we're looking at, right? This is the Edgeful dashboard. This is a data provider for things like the initial balance, right? Time, price movement, specific things in the market. You could also just back test it, right? You can go and mark the IB high and the low every day. And you could say, well, if one side breaks, what happens? Which side forms first and second, and which side is more likely to break? If it breaks, does it usually sweep and then come back out? You know, what do these things look like? So here's what we're looking at. Let's go for like 2 years of data. Here's what we got, right? So first one we're looking at right here. The initial balance high or the initial balance low is broken 72% of the time, where we don't come back down and break the other side. 72% of the days over the last 2 years of data. Only 23% of the days, which is still a considerable amount, we break both sides. Less than 5% of the days have we not broken either side. Have we traded all day for NYSE session in between? Is this a 72% edge, or you can trade this and have a 72% win rate? No, not at all. And I don't like to try to misrepresent this stuff. This is the percent of days over a specific amount of time that one thing happens over another. And again, there's multiple other reports that we can use to look at, like which side is more likely to break first, right? Similar stat on that one. But this can be helpful. I think personally, it can be helpful to know about this. Even if you don't trade this way, even if you don't trade the initial balance, maybe you want to know that if we cross this line right here, almost 3/4 of the days over the last 2 years, we ain't coming back down to cross this line. Come back up to cross this line. Context also helps. Is there news? Do we have an NFP Friday, right? Maybe we're a little bit more likely to break both sides because we get crazy volatility. How did we open up for the day? Extremely bullish, and we've just trended in one direction, right? With a huge initial balance. Have we chopped really tightly, right? You know, all of these things can start to come into play. All right, guys. You know what time it is. Zach, tickets still available? Yeah, man. Tickets still available for Tampa. Tickets are still available for Tampa. Don't sleep on that one, though, guys. Definitely don't sleep on that one. All right. Let's hop over because we're gonna do the giveaway, man. I don't want to keep you guys going too long. Oh, dude, why are we saying shut up in the chat? No, shut up. No, shut up in the chat. Don't be mean to each other, guys. Be nice. All right, let's get it rolling. We got the ducks ready to roll. Yo, since you guys are talking about this, I'm gonna plug it real quick before we do it. Only good vibes allowed. Only good vibes allowed. Yeah, who will ban me? Me if you're doing something sketchy. All right, guys, this is it real quick. Let me throw this in here. So I can't keep up. You guys are doing quick today. Yo, you can still fill the form out. Fill the form out, train with Luhan. You come in here right at the end of it every time. The form's still live. Scroll up. Fill the form out. But if you want to check this out, man, I talked about joking around and not doxing myself or like different stuff like that. We're live in person. There are more traders, heavy hitters being added to this. I'm going to give you guys the early heads up, as I always try to. Let me give you guys the sauce. There's somebody getting added to this list that is almost, I would say, with almost 100% certainty, going to cause it to sell out immediately. Okay? This is not my show. This is Austin Silver's event. I am guest speaking. This is a paid event. Obviously, it costs to go there, to do things, right? I don't care if you come, don't come, do whatever you want to do. You want to come and hang out, trade live with a ton of guys that are maybe doing well for themselves. I don't know. You can hop over there and decide and watch them trade live. It's a multi-day boot camp, right? Live trading, seminars, everybody talking about the way they trade, strategy, mindset, development, open questions, and a ton of time to interact. I think there's going to be almost 100 traders there. That's what they're going to cap it at. But it is capped. It's done at a really cool hotel in Tampa. Also, dinners and drinks and having fun, right? Hitting the casino, maybe. We did that last year, which was super fun. Go and lose all the money that you make trading, gambling. No, it's awesome. But again, they got somebody else coming out on this one. That's going to be at the event that has not been, and that I don't know that does live events, that is almost guaranteed to cause the event to sell out. I will tell you that. I think Austin's announcing it coming into like the next week or so. So if you're interested, I would definitely consider it, right? I don't like to put pressure. I don't like to hype it up. They sold half the tickets already. It's halfway sold out. It sold out last year, and mad if you hit me up and we're like, oh, please let me get a ticket. Can I buy one? Well, this and that. Why didn't you tell everybody? So, like, here we go, guys. Tampa event, 2 days, in person. Again, this is ASFX's show. This is Austin Silver and his team's show. He invites a bunch of guest speakers. I'm grateful to get invited out there to go yap again. Really cool. Everybody gets to trade live. Big, presentation screen up top. It's such a cool environment. Super clean, nice hotel. The Current in Tampa. It's awesome, man. And again, outside of all of that, in my humble opinion, I'm going to multiple this year. I'm super hyped. I'm paying to go to other people's events. I'm like super psyched to do the in-person stuff. To get around all your people, to be able to talk face to face with dozens and dozens and dozens of other traders that are above your skill set, below your skill set, everywhere in between, to network, is worth its weight in gold, in my humble opinion. Nobody knows what the hell I do, or most of you do, at all outside of like stuff like this. It's so awesome to get around a few days, all of your people. And I repeat this a lot. You sit at a dinner table, everybody's talking about different stuff. It's all trading related. It's all trading talk. It's awesome. Super cool. So if you have the means to do something like this, I think these are really valuable. There's a bunch of other ones out there. You can check out other people's stuff. I think the in-person stuff is second to none, man. I love the online stuff. I love trading live on here. I like trading live in front of people, and I love that everybody else on this list and more that are coming do that. So anyway, I'm going to go out on a limb and say before the end of the year, this is done. They're selling out. I got a really good indication that the next person, when he announces it, is going to sell the whole thing out. It's a heavy hitter. So do what you want with that information, right? Buy a ticket, don't buy a ticket, do whatever you want. Now, we waited long enough. We throw this in there. Let's go ahead and get the giveaway rolling. Hang tight, guys, and I am going to run the ducks. It's the duck race. Let's see. A couple of you put dumb names, but that's okay. Try to make sure. All right, we're good. Let's run it. Let's run it, chat. And I know you guys were asking questions. I'll answer in a minute. Breaking IB low as we're going to run the ducks. Damn, son. Longs are not paying. Yeah, I'm not looking to jump into anything here, guys. So we're gonna run the duck race. We're doing the giveaway now. Ducks are in a line. We're ready to go. We got 92 of you guys in here. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's see. You guys were guessing some names. Cool. Tom Hogarth. Yeah, you guys were guessing some names. Don't miss out, guys. Get your tickets already. I know who it is already. Yeah. Some of you guys can guess it. Yeah, you guys can guess it. It's not announced just yet, so you can guess it. Buy my ticket. Yeah, do your thing, man. Again, like I said, guys, you know, the stuff that costs money, you know, that's really like you got to decide for yourself the value of it and whether or not it's something that you want to put money on and spend time out of your life doing. So weigh that for sure. So anyway, let's run it, guys. Ducks in a row. Why I'm breaking to the downside. This is for a 50K straight to sim funded pro from Top 1 Futures. Just to be really clear, I said it at the beginning of the stream. I'll say it again. Project X is going away at almost all prop firms from what I've seen, but definitely at Top 1 Futures. Trade-of-8 Ninja Trader and TradingView are launching at Top 1 Futures, hopefully later this week. It's already getting into the latter part of this week, so hopefully we see that soon. Along with probably a wild Black Friday sale. If you win today, like the person that won yesterday, I have your name, I have your email. I am waiting until I have a Trade-of-8 account to give you. I don't want to give out more Project X accounts when we have an end date in store. Don't want to have anybody in a situation where they trade super well and they have to transition later on. So over the next couple days, you will get an account straight from Top 1 Futures if you win, straight to the email. You can follow up with me. You know you won. I know you won. You're going to get your account, but it's probably going to take a day or two after they launch, and we'll get you guys a Trade-of-8 account. That's the game plan. Brought it back, quack, quack. I misspelled my name. That's okay. Don't start from the front, damn. Dumb names, excuse me. Triangle. Yeah. About a minute to go. Let's see. If you're new here, guys, we're running a giveaway for a instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. We do them almost every day. Random days, random times. You got to be on the stream to get it. I drop a form like we did today. You guys can also hop in the Discord if you want heads up on this type of stuff. I will throw the Discord link in the chat again right now. If you're on X, I threw my main link in there. You guys can grab it right there. But 100% free Discord. There you go. Kick, you got it. You guys got it. There you go. 20 seconds to go. We got stop losses getting hit, guys. We got a lot of ducks getting stopped out here. This is not good. Chuck down to the bottom. Bags, Hunlen. We got somebody making a run for it. JB looking really strong out of nowhere. Wykus. We got some stop outs. Cooksmith down on the bottom. I can't even see who this is. Riles. Cooksmith looking strong. Top 1 Lee. Joe Nolan, man. 95. Hang on. We got a W in the chat for Joe Nolan. The Vampire Duck. Is that what this is? Coming out of nowhere. Joe. We got a W from Joe Nolan. This is a Discord OG. W's in the chat for Joe Nolan. You are the winner of a 50K straight to sim funded pro account from Top 1 Futures. Like I said, but I'll say it again. You're going to get this account on Trade-of-8 as soon as Trade-of-8 rolls out, hopefully over the next couple days with Top 1 Futures. I got a good reason to believe that it will, but they are working out kinks and trying to make sure that it is 100% before they do the rollout. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures because you're not Joe and you didn't win today, throw some W's in the chat for Joe. We have, nope, that's Bookmap. We got 55% off still rolling from Top 1 Futures. Like we were talking about, I think we probably got some Black Friday stuff coming out from everybody. This is still an absolutely wild deal. Maybe you say, hey, Zach, I want that Project X account before it goes away. Now's your chance. There it is in the chat. You guys want to check it out. Code RDF gets it done. Remember, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. All right, Duck, stop quacking. Break and retest of IB low here, guys. I'm no trade on this session. I think I'm going to keep it that way. I'll probably trade some of the super aggressive sim accounts after I hop off, try to get some profit in those bad boys. But I don't think I'm going to do anything with this live. If I do, I'll do my best to call it out in Discord because I've taken every single trade live or called out live in real time with management in this account, and I plan to keep it that way. I'll keep you guys updated. Gun to my head, I'm still long. Gun to my head, I'm still long. I'm carrying a gnarly bias. We'll see if that would have played nicely today. But I'm no trade on this. Choppy, man. Choppy, breaking the IB low. Could be a sell-off coming. Could go down to break prior day low, right? Start to continue this trend from the week where we are not breaking prior day highs and just continuing to break prior day lows and continue. But I would definitely be cautious of some volatility coming into the afternoon. We got Trump talking and FOMC meeting minutes. Trump is scheduled for 12:15 p.m. Eastern. That's coming up in about an hour. And then shortly after that, FOMC meeting minutes. NFP tomorrow is listed for 8:30 a.m. Be very cautious of that if you're trading overnight in pre-market. We'll be live here 9:15 a.m. Eastern as always. Appreciate you guys. Congrats, Joe. Talk to you guys in Discord after the stream and talk to you guys live tomorrow 9:15 a.m. Eastern. See you guys soon. Thanks for being on the stream. Oh, quick disclaimer. Almost forgot it. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all your money. It's a silly thing to do. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that I was just talking about that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, Edgeful, and others. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Have an awesome rest of the day. Trade well.